Storm Nation.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Robert Storms. As always, if you're finding me for the very first time, please be sure to click that like and subscribe button. Also guys, in the pinned comment and description box below is a link to our Discord server. Click the link, become a part of Storm Nation, help us grow our community over there. Our current goal is trying to reach 350 members by the end of the month. We can only do that with your support. So guys, I found out the other day that Denny O'Neil, writer for DC, Denny O'Neil, passed away. But I kind of want to, give my thoughts on Denny O'Neil and what he represented to the comic book community. Denny O'Neil is most famous for his work with Neil Adams on Batman. His work with Batman and with Neil Adams is one of the most legendary works in comic book history. But I think he will most be remembered, for me anyway, is what he tried to do, and in many cases achieved, with the Green Lantern and Green Arrow comic book. Because we all look at Stan Lee, the great Stan Lee, right, the father of comics, and looked at how he tried to change the world by bringing in characters like Black Panther and the X-Men and really showing the racism and prejudice in the world today. Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams also really tried to do the same thing over in DC with Green Lantern and Green Arrow, having them go on these little side missions. And at one point, they were basically taking like these real stories that were happening in social, well, at the time, global media, and really trying to put that in their stories to say, hey, look, if we can make the next generation smarter, then maybe our children will grow up to be better people. And I really respected what Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams tried to do with that. And one of the things that they did that was really cutting edge was they dealt with drug abuse. They had Speedy, putting like shooting up with heroin. They had this one issue where a black man basically confronted Green Lantern, saying like, you're saving all these people, you're saving white people, you're saving like these aliens and all this, but what have you done for black people here on this planet? Like, so they basically like calling Green Lantern Hal Jordan out, like what have you done for the black people here on this planet? So Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams have always been really on the pulse of what was going on in current events at that time. And he, like I said, what him and Neil Adams did on Batman, like some of the stuff with Ra's al Ghul and just they made Batman the globe-trotting detective that a lot of us want today. Like when we look at, hey, I want to see a detective story of Batman on the screen, I think of the Neil Adams, Denny O'Neil. I cannot think of Neil Adams' Batman without Denny O'Neil, and vice versa. I cannot think of Denny O'Neil's Batman without Neil Adams' art. Same thing goes with the Green Lantern and Green Arrow issues. It's like they go hand in hand, and I definitely think that Denny O'Neil is one of the pioneers in the comic book industries, and he is one of the big, the big names for DC. He's done a lot of stuff, but the stuff he did over there, especially with, the Detective Comics and with Green Lantern and Green Arrow, I think his legacy will go on. And I just kind of wanted to take this time just to sit there and kind of remember Denny O'Neil for the great stuff he did. And if you guys ever have time, go back, read those Batman comics, read those Green Lantern, Green Arrow comics. I will tell you right now, with everything going on today, with the world in chaos and then the world coming together over the death of George Floyd, you go back and you read some of those Green Arrow, Green Lantern comics. And they resonate. They resonate. He was trying to tell us before we even got to this point, like, we have to come together as one human race, not individual by colors. And Denny O'Neil, man, he was ahead of his years. He was trying to educate us, but just like the human race, we were stupid. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to take this time to kind of give you my thoughts on what I feel about Denny O'Neil and kind of celebrate his life and what he achieved for the comic book industry. Stan Lee was the king of comics, the father of comics, but Denny O'Neil was right there. He was right there too, and I just think he deserves our respect as well. So anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on the passing of Denny O'Neil. May he rest in peace with Mr. Stan Lee up in comic heaven. And yeah, so what do you guys think? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. And until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.